Today is January 15th, 2013. I just left a South Georgia Regional Library Board meeting. And at this meeting, it was very interesting. First of all, it leads into a video that I put together to keep the general public informed on the issues. We know that citizens have a right to know what takes place at public meetings here in Valdosta, Lowndes County, in the state of Georgia. The meeting today was conducted, and I noticed that they have prepared a square 7 feet by 4 feet wide. It is almost large enough to fit a tripod such as this, which is approximately 4 feet wide. But if WCTV came to the meeting, ABC, Fox, and of course WALB, they all couldn't fit into that square. So once again, it seems to me that, as you will see, that the old 1860 charter mentality to suppress, control, and abate the citizens, not to inform, but to keep us ignorant. Now, you will hear on the video, or you will hear some parts, but a lot you will not hear. Because number one, they don't have mics. Number two, they speak extremely low, as if they are speaking to the person next to them. You will also see that they have a podium there for citizen participation. But if a citizen walked up to the podium, they would be talking to at least 7 board members' head. And I mean to the back of their head. I talked to Miss Lindsay at a brief earlier meeting that maybe they need a U-shape. You know, kind of like the city council, or kind of like the county commissions, or kind of like Whitman, or kind of like some other progressive governments, wherein they're more friendly to the general public. In addition to that, I noticed that the fan was running, which creates noise. Yet, a couple of ceiling fans was not on. If they were to cut that fan off, it would be much quieter in the room. And citizens attending this particular meeting would know more and could hear better of what is going on in their beloved community. And so, if you cannot hear what is being said at the regional library meeting, it's because it seems as if though it was done by design so the general public could not hear what is being said. And personally, in the state of Georgia, I read about open government. I know that as a retired military veteran, we pride ourselves as a nation to be a government of law, wherein citizens have a right to interact with the leaders that carries on the affairs of the tax-paying citizen that keeps these facilities and institutions alive and open. So, I just want to say to you that as you watch the next video, if you can't hear, just imagine what it's like to come to a public meeting here at the South Georgia Regional Library in Valdosta, Georgia, and not to be able to hear what is being said. And these are your tax dollars that they are talking about. Well, you may ask, Brother Rhymes, why are you doing this? Because I used to write letters to the editor on certain issues, and I'm sure many of you have written letters. But it seems as if though Well, watch this video of a meeting in Valdosta, Lowndes County, and you see, and you determine if they really want citizens to be heard. And I commend them on one thing: unlike the city and county, at least the citizen to be heard is not at the end of the agenda. Let's watch. Let's try to listen what took place at this public meeting on January the 15th, 2013. This is KVCI, which means keeping Valdosta citizens informed. And if it was set up properly, as I believe, if it was more receptive to the members of the general public, I probably wouldn't even be posting this video. But there is something that must happen here in our community, and we must ensure that citizen participation is respected in the same manner as our sons and daughters who fight on foreign battlefields to protect the rights and privileges of people in foreign nations. And should not we ensure that our rights are protected as well? Listen, please, if you can.
Ask is because, I mean, you said that y'all have an agreement. I mean, is there any formality to how they will it be found whether that might be as far as donations or money or not, or do we even need to be involved in that? I went to see them for a reason because we were concerned about what they had not done in the past. So
not the friends, project the Southside Booster.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's not about friends.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
There's an audit.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here on the end.
Yeah. If you late to see
There's an audit double trail for what we get from the friends. And we need the same thing.
right, for Southside. That's why we had to meet on the Southside to make sure that was everything. So, but they have agreed. Again, she makes requests just like Stephanie was saying, and Robert makes requests to the friends when the request is made for Southside members or boosters. From Kelly, administratively just said that she wanted to have a record of the financial transactions.
That's national sometime. It's still bigger, 5 years from now saying, what's going on now?
Why do we have a separate, why do we encourage, or maybe we don't encourage, why do we have a separate 501c3 for Southside, which is an artificial entity, it's a complete separate legal entity with its own tax ID? Is that just something that they've always had? And why would we encourage, Lakeland doesn't have a separate
We did it one time, but, we decided Friends was so wonderful. Most of it became Friends.
Is that something Southside wants to do? They say we're going to do this?
Well, the boosters seem to want to do that. And it's been around for about, from my understanding, about 15 years.
Right. Another time initially started it, I think.
Not really, not right at all.
That
So,
was the Southside Library and some meetings that clients took. And some activities and things they wanted to do in that area.
Well, it's time I'm going to take a look at their documentation when they reorganize. Make sure that, I'm assuming that they will be specifically to support the Southside branch, which is an entity of us. So it seems like it's kind of the Southside branch is us, part of us, and yet they've got their own support system through the 501c3. It seems like a redundant circle.
Wouldn't have to do with the funnel through code.
Yeah, they're going to begin funneling
If we put it that way, they wouldn't
the
have to do
main
it.
office now.
And we, on the other hand, have a foundation. We're a separate We have a Friends of the Library with a separate tax ID number. And we have a Southside branch with a separate tax ID number. All of which theoretically should are supporting the South Georgia Regional Library system, correct?
Southside is calling to support the Southside.
And that's, I guess, partial politics. I would disagree with this.
And it's, I mean, I think it's also to point the Friends supports all other branches. Not just the branch, but basically every branch.
Well, Ray, Stephanie, what's the distinction in y'all's minds between the foundations? I assume the Friends of the Library is more operational help assistance as opposed
Programs
to
and insurance.
the foundation, Ray, is more of a big picture.
Yeah, foundation grants, deferred gifts, wills, estates,
Except that the Friends really is
direct,
fixed.
direct call to a corporation for a gift. Because they can be, if I want to give $35.
It's really kind of outside. I really, and this is nothing, obviously, this is not on the board of Friends. And it's really kind of outside the capabilities of it's just, it's more work than.
And I think you didn't want to continue to care for umbrella of the one people next to you.
Anything else coming out this year? Calendar year wise, anything major going on? Anything new besides?
Still, I mean, they're still in the loss.
Sorry?
They're still in their loss.
Yeah, I mean, for us, that's for us here. You're not going anywhere, doing anything? Are you settled good for the 12 months, right?
Right, yes, right. I don't think, we don't have any appointments expiring this year. So I think our last one was last year.
Yeah, so our board is intact through the year, so I don't.
The grand plan is
So a couple of city elections, there's sometimes that's better, because, we'll see. We are adjourned. Next meeting is March 9th. Thank you all. We need to move it. We need to move it in second to end the meeting. Okay. You want a second to adjourn? All right. All in favor?
March 19th.
Just for the record.
What do you say?
Tear the flag. The main compressor at the Southside Library stopped working, so we called out a singles technician, and
under warranty, so we will get it repaired. And SGR only has to pay for the labor this time. We have an issue with the outside wall outlet. We have patrons, not patrons, I guess the citizens just come by and plug in their computers and, their cell phones. We had somebody plug in their iron or whatever. So we put a lock over it, and they broke the lock off. And they end up messing up the reference office outlet also. So what Ava had to do was what they do, they pull the picnic table around to the outlet, and they sit there in their iron clothes, they put in their cell phones or whatever. So we put a lock on it, broke it off, and it broke it so badly that we had to mess up the reference office outlet. So that's how we knew it, because Eric couldn't plug in his phone. He had something in his outlet, so we found out the outside was broken. So he repaired it, but we put another lock on it, so hopefully. And we moved the picnic table back around to the back. I think we may have to end up nailing the picnic table in the ground, sealing it down. So, and they're constantly moving around where the outlets are. At Lake Park, we always have issues with restrooms and stuff. There's a constant thing fixing the restroom toilets, because someone's always either stuff the bathroom toilets, or they just break them. They put their handle so bad it breaks. So it's a constant ongoing issue with that. At G.B.R, we're still trying to get some lights on the parking lot repair. But we're waiting for Jordan Powell to come out and make those repairs. And the maintenance staff also worked on the pilot program and they let us see stadium where they put up, she put up a display and we had to put it up and take it down. And also they worked on snow. In regards to the IT report, we pretty much used up all of our E-rate credits for 2012 that came in. We received around $18,000. We used that up, and now Sean is working on E-rate credits for 2013. They're going to break out to the library. We replaced 2 copiers in the main library for Coastal machines. Sean is constantly doing working with Team Viewer. He can remotely repair computers using Team Viewer. Lowndes County Commissioner donated a lot of old parts, old computers, and Sean used the parts for to upgrade our computers here. We've heard from the Unique is doing really well. Right now, a lot of people are turning in their materials as opposed to paying, finding the material and they're returning the materials to us, so we've done quite well with that. Sean has been attending all the safety coordinators training. The last one he attended was on November 15, and now he's a certified safety coordinator. And that ended up reducing our ACC premium, so the customer upgraded. He's a certified ACC safety coordinator. From FOL, we bought the new scanners, and Sean installed all the desktop scanners here at Maine. And also he was working with Stephen at Southside to get that compressor repair. What they had to do is rework the system so we could put heat on and AC on and everything. Any questions?
All right. For this meeting, I just wanted to go ahead and skip through program operations, since a lot of that's already been covered in previous meetings, and just get right to development. I gave a presentation on November 29th for the Sunrise Rotary Club at the invitation of Director Kelly Lenz on the history of libraries in the Valdosta metropolitan area. The research involved in learning about the history of libraries in the area was really illuminating, and it was good to see that we've got over 100 years of history here as far as building library foundations and commitment to literacy in the community. And finding out about branches that I never knew existed in the past was also enlightening. I've started to attend Board of Commissioners meetings when necessary, just if I happen to see that we're on the agenda, or if I anticipate that someone in the community might be mentioning the library in the public participation sections. Chamber of Commerce is under business after hours with Director Lynn and Assistant Director Golding on on December 13th. It was a good opportunity to get out the members of the community that I don't often get to meet from inside the library, and just to let members of the community know that we are here and we are out in the community. And it's, immediately afterwards, with Assistant Director Golding, went to the Hopper premiere party, which has been previously covered, so we had a long day that day. Let's see. Went out with Director Lynn's to the ceremony and demolition of the county courthouse annex. Again, that was a good opportunity to get out and meet members of the community and spread library awareness. On January 9th, we were notified that we received a National Endowment for the Humanities grant on bridging cultures. The collection is specifically related to topics on Islam, and from art to literature to religion itself. We actually received the books in today, 6 boxes. So it's a collection for each branch. Each collection is valued at about $1,000. So this National Endowment for Humanities grant brought $6,000 worth of materials into the system, which we otherwise would not have purchased. By receiving this grant, we are also eligible to apply for a $4,500 programming grant, which would allow us to bring in a more well-known scholar, such as out of University of Georgia. They have a part of the collection was a book on poetry from the Sufi poet Rumi, and they have a Rumi scholar up at UGA that's published several well-received books in that sort of field. So contacts within the community, for instance, with the Muslim Cultural Center, have already been made, and members of the Philosophy and Religious Studies program, which I'm on, I've also been contacted, and they're definitely really interested in the online subscription to the Oxford Islamic Studies, because that gives them journal access that we otherwise cannot purchase and is not available through Reach. As far as web analytics, one thing that I want to address when it comes to social networking in the library is Facebook has altered the way that businesses can communicate with their fans. So numbers, when you look at hard numbers, this time last year, if I made a post, you might see that 800 people had viewed it. The way they've changed it is that now you have to basically pay to play. So for $10, 800 people can view it. For free, 100 people can view it. So one thing that's been suggested in various library marketing websites that I've visited, as well as webinars, is that start approaching Facebook like regular people approach it. Use memes or animated GIFs that are funny and eye-grabbing, and by doing that, you're better relating to your fan base. And that's why I added the virality statistics. Even though 189 people viewed on our page, don't forget Snow Day tomorrow, it had a 45.5% virality. The reason for that is because we had in excess of 30 people sharing that post. So when they shared it, it went to 30 other pages for view. So even though 100 people on our page viewed it, over 1,000 people ended up viewing it. So unless we're willing to start paying, which we can't afford to pay, we're going to have to move into that.